Hey, what's up, everyone? I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you all that two earthquakes, and it's been reported all over the news this morning that two earthquakes happened just after 3 a.m. in Tennessee. Now, they're saying a 4.4 to a 4.6 happened right after a 3.3 took place, and it happened about 144 miles from our location. And this occurred 9 miles from Spring City, and in and around Sweetwater they had one of a 2.7 and a 3.2 in Spring City, and this was on December 8th and December 12th. Well, this morning there were two, a 4.4 after a 3.3, I believe. So they reported a 4.6, but it might have been downgraded. I don't know. So several people in our area this morning on topics, I was noticing reports online that they felt an earthquake, and then someone later stated, "Yep, there was an official earthquake this morning, two earthquakes in Tennessee," and they stated that in California, if something like that were to happen, you wouldn't feel a 4.4 so far away, but we felt it all through the state of Tennessee. I was asleep at that time. For some reason, I woke up at 3 a.m. exactly, and I've been doing that for several nights in a row. If I'm asleep, I'll wake up at 3 a.m. on the dot, or 3:03, or 3:33, something like that. So I woke up then. I heard the dogs were having a fit, and then everything went quiet, and then I just kind of fell back out. I meant to look, but then I just went back. I was so sleepy and so tired, I just fell right back asleep. And so right after that, and the next door dogs were having a fit and everything, but I figured it was because of that, the reason why ours were barking at that time. But usually it's like those beings or those something out there causing them to do that. Or some activity of people or something. But anyway, this earthquake happened, and then another one happened. So then I found out online on the local topics forum that there were earthquakes that happened. And topics can be an informative place, but also there's too much gossip on there. Way too many things people state about each other. I mean, keep out of each other's business, for crying out loud. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is they felt it all across Tennessee, and they stated the reason why is because there was a lot of rock. There's a lot of rock in Tennessee and in those areas, and it's more of a there's more of a certain type of rock that is underground in our states, and that's what makes that in our state. That's what makes you feel it from so far away. So the reason why they could feel it all the way down into Atlanta, Georgia, and places in Alabama, and all through the state of Tennessee, all the way up to the northern parts of Middle Tennessee where we live, people could feel it this morning, and they typed on the local topics, is because of the type of rock that we have here in this area. So, and it was quite alarming, they said, that we haven't had, they said it's the second largest earthquake to have taken place since the 1970s, or maybe the 80s. I'm not sure, but it's the largest we've had in many decades, many tens of years to say the least. And they said that they're going to be keeping an eye on it. They're going to be driving out there to see if there's any damage or anything like that, any damage reports. But so far, no reports of damage, thankfully. And people stated that they heard loud booms, loud rattling, and lots of shaking. And they went outside to see what was going on, and they wondered what was happening. And they said that everything was shaking, and pictures shook off the wall, and dishes were falling all over the place, and lots of rattling. Lots of rattling took place. So, definitely, it was definitely alarming to everyone that felt this. Now, we have felt earthquakes before. I have felt them from hundreds of miles away when I shouldn't have even been able to feel them. I felt it, and I knew something had happened. We have felt rumblings and earthquakes in the area move right underground. Then I find out later that one happened. So, yeah, I mean, the people of that area reported massive, and everywhere in red, everywhere you see there in red is the location of the area that felt the majority of the earthquake. But it was felt all the way down in Atlanta. You can see the red marks down in there where they felt it down in Atlanta. They felt it down in Alabama and all over the state of Tennessee, even right up into the borders of Kentucky. So it was felt in several different places. So they're keeping their eyes open because it could be signs of more earthquakes to come, because a 2.3, a 2.6, 7, whatever, those happen quite a bit. If you remember, they had some in East Tennessee, and we do live near the New Madrid fault line, but that's in the western areas of Tennessee, not the east. So for there to be so much earthquake activity in the eastern parts of Tennessee, that's kind of alarming as well. I mean, and there's a major infrastructure along the New Madrid fault line. So if that goes out and something major happens there in Tennessee, an earthquake, then major places, major disaster takes place. It would be gridlock if a major earthquake happened, like the one experienced by the Native American Indians and the Americans back years ago in the 1800s. If we had the infrastructure we had now when that earthquake happened, we would be crippled completely. Anyway, the worrisome part about this is, could this be a sign of a larger earthquake to come? But regardless, this is a report, and it's been reported all over the news. I mean, a 4.4 struck eastern Tennessee, and that is quite unusual for when an earthquake hits Tennessee. Twitter has gone. They said Twitter has gone rampant talking about, yes, there's definitely an earthquake in Tennessee. The fact of it being a 4.4, it shocked people because we don't usually get such a magnitude of an earthquake that shaking the state of Tennessee. They even felt it in Metro Atlanta and all over the place. 2 earthquakes reported. That was reporting breaking news this morning on WKRN, and I seen it on the local topics forum. I happened to look over there for some. They were talking about the Sasquatch activity around here, and I keep up with that, with what they discuss. Some of the hunters and some of the researchers and things from BFRO and whatnot, they discuss on there, and I was looking, and some people share their own experiences of Sasquatch, Dogman, and all that type of stuff that happens. And believe me, when you experience something, you know what happens. My hand to the Lord, when you experience something, you know what happens. But yeah, these earthquakes, that's what I went to look on there and see the updates, and I seen this earthquake information, and yeah, so sorry I went on so long about this. I know someone will probably tell me that I went on too long, and other people, and their kindness, will probably talk too as well, and that's what makes it worth it, is the kindness. But thank you all for everything. I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Once again, peace, much love, and just want to let you know about the earthquake updates, even reported on CBS News and the Weather Channel, the earthquakes in Tennessee. Peace, much love. Let me know if you felt any earthquakes in your area, and if you live in the area, let me know as well. Peace, bye.